In the ancient kingdom of Evernight, where shadows cloaked the world in despair, two hearts beat against the dark. A noble maiden and a humble blacksmith find their destinies intertwined, but their love is forbidden. Can their hidden flames survive in a realm where passion is perilous? Lady Alara, bound by duty to her royal lineage, gazes longingly at the forge where men toil, her heart yearning for freedom. Each spark from the anvil feels like a call to her soul, echoing the unspoken desires she harbors. In the shadows, a flame flickers, her heart's secret fire. In the forge, Caleb the blacksmith hammers away, his heart heavy with a longing he cannot express. Every strike of iron reminds him of Alara, the noble lady who haunts his dreams. He knows their worlds are divided by lines drawn in blood and power. One fateful night, a chance encounter draws Alara to the forge. The air crackles with unspoken tension as she hides her identity beneath a cloak. Their eyes meet, igniting a connection neither can deny, as the world around them fades away. As they speak in hushed tones, the forge becomes a sanctuary for their budding romance. Elara reveals her longing for a life beyond the palace walls, while Caleb shares his dreams of crafting a legacy. They both yearn for freedom and passion in a world that forbids it. Their secret meetings become a ritual, each moment fraught with danger, yet filled with joy. In the darkened corners of the forge, they share their dreams, their fears, and the love that blossoms against the backdrop of a hostile world. However, whispers of their romance begin to spread throughout the kingdom. The tension mounts as Elara's father, the king, discovers her secret. He vows to protect her honor at any cost. Unaware of the flames he threatens to extinguish. With the king's decree looming, Caleb and Alara must confront the realities of their love. A heart-wrenching decision looms: embrace their forbidden passion or succumb to the obligations that bind them. The weight of their destinies hangs in the balance. Alara, driven by her heart, sneaks out one last time to meet Caleb under the stars. As they embrace, the world slips away, and in that moment, they vow to fight for their love, no matter the consequences that may come. But the shadows are closing in. The king's guards patrol the kingdom, determined to protect Alara from a fate they believe would tarnish her honor. Little do they know, it is love that thrives in the darkness, refusing to be extinguished. As Alara and Caleb's love deepens, they devise a plan to escape the constraints of their worlds. Dreaming of a life where they can be together, they set their sights on the distant mountains, a place where love and freedom await. Their final night together arrives, fraught with anticipation and fear. Elara, cloaked in darkness, steals away from the palace, her heart racing as she heads to the forge. Caleb waits, ready to embark on their journey into the unknown. In the forge, their passion ignites one last time before they flee. They share a heated kiss, sealing their promise of love and freedom. The flames of the forge mirror the fire within them, illuminating their path to a new life. But as they escape, the king's guards catch wind of their plan. An urgent chase ensues through the darkened streets. With every heartbeat, Elara and Caleb race against time, determined to reach the mountains before they are caught. Narrowly dodging the guards, they make their way towards the forest that leads to freedom. With each step, the bond of their love strengthens, a light shining in the oppressive darkness surrounding them. As they reach the edge of the forest, they hear the shouts of the guards behind them. Panic surges through Elara, but Caleb takes her hand, reassuring her that their love can conquer all obstacles. Together, they leap into their future. Finally, they reach the mountains, their hearts pounding with exhilaration and fear. The vastness of the landscape stretches out before them, symbolizing the endless possibilities of their love. They have chosen each other, come what may. As they settle into their new life, they realize that love is not simply about being together, but fighting for what they believe in. The shadows may linger, but their love shines brighter than the darkest night. Back in Evernight, the king mourns the loss of his daughter. He reflects on the choices made and the love that was sacrificed. Perhaps in the depths of darkness, the flames of love are meant to burn fiercely, not be extinguished. As time passes, Elara and Caleb build a life, cultivating a love that flourishes in the sunlight. Their hearts, once hidden in shadows, now soar freely among the mountains, forever united in their fight against the darkness. In a world steeped in darkness, love can ignite a flame bright enough to guide the way. Elara and Caleb's story teaches us that love, though often forbidden, is worth fighting for, a beacon of hope in the shadows. The moon hung low, casting an ethereal glow upon the forest as Elara and Caleb met in secret once more. Their hearts raced, a mix of excitement and fear flooding their senses. Surrounded by an enchanting silence, their love felt both exhilarating and fraught with danger. As they stood close, the weight of their reality began to sink in. Elara's family, bound by tradition, would never accept a union with Caleb, a man of humble origins. This clash of worlds created a tension that threatened to tear them apart. Caleb, sensing her turmoil, took Elara's hands in his, grounding her in that moment. "We must find a way," he urged, determination shining in his eyes. "Our love deserves a chance against the odds." Yet, as they shared their dreams, a rustle in the bushes shattered their moment. A dark figure emerged from the shadows, eyes glinting with malice. It was a member of Elara's family, on a mission to protect their name at any cost. Fear coursed through Elara as she recognized the intruder, her cousin, sworn to uphold their family's honor. "What are you doing here?" she gasped, her heart pounding. The tension spiraled, and Caleb instinctively stepped in front of her. The cousin's gaze flickered from Elara to Caleb, a sneer forming on his lips. "You think you can hide this? Love is a weakness, one our family cannot afford. I will not allow it." He stepped closer, the threat palpable. With a swift motion, Caleb reacted, pulling Elara behind him. "Leave her alone. Our love is not your concern." His voice was steady, though inside, fear and anger battled fiercely. Alara's heart swelled with admiration for Caleb, but also with dread. The confrontation escalated, and she knew their secret was in jeopardy. "Please, let's not do this," she pleaded, her voice breaking. But her cousin was relentless. "You'll bring shame upon us both, Elara. This cannot be." He lunged toward Caleb, and in that instant, Alara's world spun into chaos. She screamed, desperate to stop the violence. In the struggle that followed, Caleb managed to deflect the attack, but the confrontation exposed their secret to the world. Unbeknownst to them, other family members had been tracking their whereabouts, and the darkness was closing in. As they fled deeper into the forest, Elara's heart raced with fear and exhilaration. "We have to find a place to hide, somewhere they won't find us," she urged, glancing over her shoulder. Caleb nodded, his mind racing with possibilities. "There's a cave nearby. It might just be the refuge we need." He grasped Elara's hand tightly, forging ahead, the bond between them stronger than ever. Reaching the cave, they paused to catch their breath. The shadows danced around them, but within those walls, they found a moment of solace. Elara leaned against the cool stone, feeling Caleb's warmth beside her. "We can stay here until it's safe," Caleb whispered, his voice low and soothing. Elara felt her heart soften at his words. This cave, despite its darkness, felt like a sanctuary, a place where their love could still thrive. Yet, as they sat in the stillness, Elara's mind raced with thoughts of their families. "What if they come looking for us?" she asked, the weight of her heritage pressing down like a heavy cloak. Caleb, sensing her distress, took her hand once more. "No matter what happens, we will face it together," he promised. And Elara felt a flicker of hope ignite within her, a small flame amidst the overwhelming darkness. Hours passed, filled with whispered dreams and quiet confessions. As they strategized their next move, they shared laughter and stories to fend off the darkness that threatened to consume them both. But the outside world was relentless. The moon began to wane, and Caleb knew they could not stay hidden forever. We must find a way to communicate with my family. They might understand, he suggested, determination igniting in his eyes. Alara's heart fluttered at the thought of Caleb reaching out. What if they reject us? She whispered, fear creeping back in. What if our love is seen as treachery? With conviction, Caleb replied, then we will fight for it. Love is worth every battle. His words resonated within Alara, igniting a fierce determination of her own. Together, they would confront their fears. As dawn approached, they prepared to leave their sanctuary. The shadows of the cave felt like a protective embrace, but the world outside was fraught with uncertainty. They stepped out together, hand in hand. The sunlight streamed through the trees, painting a path forward. Alara looked at Caleb, her heart swelling with love and courage. No matter what happens, we will always have each other. As they journeyed back towards their homes, they encountered whispers of their families searching for them. Elara felt the weight of their legacy pressing harder than ever, threatening to engulf them both. But Elara and Caleb understood the stakes now. Their love was a flame that could not be extinguished, even in the darkest of nights. They had to believe that love could bridge the chasm between their worlds. As they reached the edge of their respective territories, they exchanged a look of understanding. This was just the beginning of their fight, a battle for their love that felt both daunting and exhilarating. In a world drenched in darkness, Alara and Caleb stood as beacons of hope. Their journey was far from over, but together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, igniting their hidden flames of love. Alara and Caleb ventured deeper into the haunted forest, where whispers of ancient spirits filled the air. Shadows danced around them, casting doubt and trepidation into their hearts. Yet with every step, their resolve grew stronger, fueled by the fires of their emerging passion. Could this place of despair be transformed into a sanctuary for their love? As they approached the remnants of an ancient temple, Elara felt a surge of energy coursing through her veins. It was as if the very stones held the secrets of their ancestors, urging them to uncover hidden truths. The air crackled with anticipation, as if the world held its breath for the lovers' next move. Would their connection be enough to withstand the trials ahead? Inside the temple, candlelight flickered against the walls, casting shadows that danced like ethereal spirits. Caleb took Alara's hand, their fingers interlacing as they stepped further into the sacred space. Each heartbeat echoed their shared determination, reminding them that love could exist even in the darkest corners. But would it be enough to conquer their enemies? Suddenly, a chilling gust of wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing the candles in an instant. Darkness enveloped them, and a sense of foreboding filled the air. Alara clutched Caleb tight, her heart racing as they felt the presence of an unseen force. Was this a warning or a test of their love's strength? In the pitch black, Caleb whispered reassurances, his voice a steady anchor amidst the chaos. We are stronger together, Elara, he vowed, igniting a flicker of hope within her. As if responding to their resolve, a single candle reignited, casting a warm glow around them. In that moment, their love illuminated the darkness, proving that together they could face anything. Emerging from the shadows, a figure cloaked in darkness revealed themselves. An ancient guardian tasked with protecting the temple's secrets. With piercing eyes, they assessed the young lovers, sensing the flames of their love. Only those with true intentions can unlock the power within these walls, the guardian warned, testing their bond and courage. Elara stepped forward, her heart pounding as she faced the guardian. We seek to unite our worlds, to bring light where there is darkness, she declared, her voice steady despite the fear within. Caleb stood beside her, his unwavering gaze reflecting his commitment to their cause. Would their heartfelt plea be enough to gain the Guardian's favor? The Guardian studied them intently, their expression inscrutable. After what seemed like an eternity, a faint smile appeared. Your love burns bright, but the path ahead is treacherous. To unlock the power of this temple, You must confront your deepest fears together. Only then will you earn the right to wield its magic. With the Guardian's words echoing in their minds, Elara and Caleb faced each other, fear and determination swirling in their hearts. They knew the journey ahead would test their bond in unimaginable ways. Together, they vowed to confront whatever darkness awaited them, believing that their love could conquer even the most daunting obstacles. As they ventured deeper into the temple, they encountered a series of trials designed to uncover their hidden fears. Each challenge brought forth visions of their past, moments of doubt and insecurities that threatened to tear them apart. Yet, instead of faltering, they drew strength from each other, reminding themselves of their love's power. In one trial, Caleb found himself haunted by memories of betrayal from his past. Ghostly figures whispered doubts into his ear, urging him to abandon Elara. But he closed his eyes, feeling her presence beside him, and he fought back against the darkness. Could he truly overcome the shadows of his past for their future? Meanwhile, Elara faced her own trial, drowning in visions of her insecurities. The specters of failure and fear surrounded her, taunting her with the idea that she was unworthy of love. But she remembered Caleb's unwavering support and felt his energy flow through her, helping her rise above the shadows. Was this the true test of her heart? As the trials grew more intense, their individual struggles began to intertwine. Challenging their connection even further, they could hear each other's voices echoing through the chamber, urging them to fight against the fear. Together, they harnessed their love, intertwining their strengths to push back against the encroaching darkness. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of battling their fears, a bright light enveloped them, merging their energies. It was as if their love had ignited a fire within the temple, awakening the ancient magic that lay dormant for centuries. Together, they had proven that love could indeed conquer the darkest of fears. As the light faded, the temple transformed before their eyes, revealing intricate carvings and symbols that pulsed with energy. The Guardian reappeared, their expression now one of respect and admiration. You have shown true courage and love. The power of this temple is now yours to wield. But remember, it comes with great responsibility. Elara and Caleb exchanged a glance filled with newfound determination. They understood that their journey was only beginning, and the power they had unlocked could help unite their worlds. But it would require sacrifice and strength, as dark forces loomed, ready to challenge their love at every turn. With the weight of their newfound power resting heavily on their shoulders, they stepped out of the temple into the awaiting world. The darkness that surrounded them was still palpable, but within their hearts burned a fierce light. Together, they would face the challenges ahead, their hidden flames igniting a revolution of love against the shadows. Their journey was far from over, but Elara and Caleb were prepared to fight for their love. With each challenge, they would grow stronger, their hidden flames illuminating the path ahead. Would their love prevail against the encroaching darkness? Only time would tell as they moved forward into the unknown. Elara and Caleb ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, where shadows danced ominously around them. With every step, the weight of uncertainty pressed upon their shoulders, yet their resolve only strengthened. Together, they sought the ancient relic, said to grant them the power to combat the darkness that threatened their love. As they walked, whispers of the past seemed to echo through the trees, tales of lovers who had fought against insurmountable odds. Elara felt a spark of hope igniting within her, a reminder that love could triumph even in the bleakest of times. Caleb, sensing her determination, took her hand, promising to never let go. Suddenly, a chilling howl pierced the air, echoing through the trees and sending a shiver down Elara's spine. They exchanged worried glances, knowing that creatures of darkness were drawn to their light. But their love was a beacon, and they would not be extinguished easily. They pressed on until they stumbled upon a hidden glade illuminated by ethereal blue flames. It was said to be a sacred place where lovers found strength. Elara and Caleb approached cautiously, the flickering flames mirroring the fire of their own hearts, each flame a promise of hope. In the glade, they found an ancient stone tablet covered in runes. Caleb's fingers traced the engravings, which spoke of a love that could transcend darkness itself. Inspired, Alara whispered a vow to Caleb, pledging to always fight for their love, no matter the cost. But the tranquility was short-lived. A dark figure emerged from the shadows, shrouded in a cloak of despair. It was Morwen, the enforcer of the darkness, who had come to challenge their love. "You cannot hope to fight what you do not understand," she sneered, her voice dripping with malice. Alara stepped forward, her heart racing but her spirit unyielding. "We understand more than you think, Morwen. Love is a force that cannot be contained by darkness." Her words echoed with a fierce conviction, surprising even herself. Caleb stood beside her, ready to defend their bond against the encroaching shadows. Morwen laughed, a cold, chilling sound that reverberated in the glade. "Love? Such a foolish notion. It will only lead you to despair. I will show you the true power of darkness." With a wave of her hand, the shadows thickened, swirling around Alara and Caleb, threatening to consume them. As the shadows closed in, Ilara and Caleb instinctively grasped each other's hands tighter. They closed their eyes, focusing on the warmth of their love, their hidden flames burning brighter in the face of adversity. This was their moment of truth, and they were ready to confront the darkness together. Suddenly, a brilliant light erupted from the center of their joined hands, pushing back against the shadows. The blue flames in the glade flared up in response, illuminating the entire area with a radiant glow. Morwen staggered back, her expression shifting from disbelief to fury. "What is this magic?" Morwen shouted, her voice filled with rage. The darkness recoiled from the light, and Alara and Caleb felt their confidence soar. They realized that their love was a force that could alter the very fabric of reality, a beacon against the encroaching void. Emboldened by their newfound strength, Alara and Caleb stepped forward together, channeling the energy from their love. They knew they were not just fighting for themselves, but for all those who had suffered under the weight of the darkness. Their hearts beat as one, a unified front against despair. In a final act of defiance, Ilara raised her free hand, summoning the blue flames to grow even larger. "We are not afraid," she cried, her voice ringing with conviction. The flames responded, encircling them in a protective barrier, forcing the shadows back further. Morwen's face twisted in anger as she struggled against the barrier created by the flames. "You think this is the end? I will return. The darkness will always seek to reclaim what it has lost." With those final words, she vanished into the shadows, leaving them momentarily safe, but deeply aware of the ongoing threat. The glade fell silent, the blue flames flickering gently as they basked in the aftermath of the confrontation. Ilara and Caleb looked at each other, their hearts racing, knowing they had just faced a formidable foe. But their bond had only deepened through the trial, and they felt a powerful sense of unity. "What now?" Caleb asked, concern creeping into his voice. They had won a battle, but the war against the darkness was far from over. Ilara turned to him, her eyes reflecting the determination of their shared journey. "We seek the relic. It holds the key to our victory." With renewed purpose, they turned away from the glade, retracing their steps. The shadows still lingered, but they felt stronger, their love a guiding light. Together, they would uncover the secrets that lay hidden beneath the surface, ready to confront whatever darkness awaited them. As they journeyed, they encountered a village shrouded in despair, its inhabitants under the dark influence of Morwen's minions. The sight of broken spirits ignited a fire within them, compelling Elara and Caleb to act. Their love was not just a personal battle, it was a call to arms for others. Elara approached the villagers, her voice steady yet compassionate. "We have faced the darkness and emerged stronger. Join us. Together, we can reclaim our world from despair." Her words resonated, stirring hope in the hearts of those who had lost it. Caleb stood by her side, a pillar of strength. With Ilara's inspiring words igniting a spark, the villagers began to rally. Hope flickered in their eyes as they stepped forward, ready to join the fight against Morwind's darkness. Each heart beaten in sync with Ilara and Caleb's, a unified front against the impending threat. United by a common purpose, Ilara, Caleb, and the villagers began to strategize. They shared tales of their struggles, each story fueling the flames of their collective courage. It was clear they were no longer alone in this fight against the darkness. They were a community bound by love and hope. Days passed as they prepared for the battle ahead, honing their skills and forging new bonds. Ilara and Caleb trained alongside their newfound allies, their love growing ever stronger in the face of adversity. Each moment spent together became a testament to their resilience. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Caleb took Ilara aside. He gazed into her eyes, a mixture of pride and admiration swelling within him. Whatever happens, know that my heart is yours, now and always. Together, we will face the darkness and emerge victorious. Ilara felt her heart swell at his words, the promise of their love serving as a potent weapon against the encroaching shadows. And I, yours, she replied softly, sealing her vow with a tender kiss, the setting sun casting a warm glow around them. But as they prepared for battle, Morwen was not idle. She summoned her minions, dark creatures lurking in the shadows, ready to crush the budding rebellion. The tension in the air grew thick, a palpable reminder that they were not yet safe. The night before the battle, Alara gathered the villagers around a flickering campfire. She spoke of courage, love, and the power of unity. Her voice carried a melody of hope, inspiring each heart around the fire, their spirits rekindled by her words. As dawn broke, the villagers stood shoulder to shoulder, ready to face whatever darkness awaited them. Alara and Caleb shared a knowing glance, a silent promise that they would fight together to protect what they loved. Their hearts, intertwined, beat as one. With a battle cry that echoed through the valley, they charged into the dark woods. The shadows emerged, swirling like a tempest, but Alara and Caleb led the charge, their love illuminating the path ahead. This was not just a fight for survival, it was a fight for the very essence of love. The clash of weapons rang out as the villagers fought valiantly against Morwind's minions. Ilara and Caleb moved seamlessly through the chaos, their love guiding them as they protected each other from harm. Each moment felt like a dance, a testament to their bond amidst the turmoil. Amidst the chaos, Morwind's voice boomed, filled with rage. You think your love can save you? I will show you the true meaning of despair. Her dark magic surged forth, attempting to engulf the battlefield. But Alara and Caleb stood resolute, their hands clasped tightly, drawing strength from their love. With their collective courage ignited, the villagers rallied around Alara and Caleb. They fought back against the encroaching darkness, their spirits unyielding. Every swing of their weapons was fueled by the love that had brought them together, an unstoppable force against despair. As the battle raged on, Elara spotted a flicker of blue flames in the distance, the ancient relic they had sought. Caleb, we have to reach the relic, she shouted, determination fueling her every move. They pushed through the chaos, focused on their goal. Dodging shadows and dark magic, they pressed on, their hearts racing in tandem. The blue flames called to them, a symbol of hope amidst the despair. Each step felt like a heartbeat, echoing their shared destiny and unwavering resolve to claim their future. Finally, they reached the ancient relic, an ornate blue flame crystal pulsating with energy. Elara and Caleb clasped it together, a surge of warmth enveloping them, amplifying the bond they shared. The relic recognized their love, and its power flowed through them. With the relic in their possession, Alara and Caleb felt a renewed strength coursing through them. This is our moment, Caleb shouted, turning to the villagers, their eyes filled with determination. Together, They would unleash the power of love against Morwind's darkness. The relic responded to their call, its blue flames expanding and swirling around the villagers. United in purpose, Alara and Caleb raised their hands, channeling the energy towards Morwen, a bright light piercing through the darkness like a beacon of hope. Morwen screeched in fury as the light engulfed her minions, pushing them back into the shadows. No, this cannot be, she cried, realizing her hold on the village was slipping away. Elara and Caleb felt invincible, their love transforming into a formidable weapon against the fear. As the light continued to expand, it revealed the beauty of the world around them, illuminating the hidden glades and paths that had been lost to darkness. Hope surged among the villagers, renewing their strength as they fought alongside Elara and Caleb. With one final push, Elara and Caleb unleashed the full power of the relic. A wave of blue flames surged across the battlefield, cleansing the darkness and restoring hope to the villagers. They had become a force to be reckoned with, united in love's embrace. As the last vestiges of darkness retreated, Morwen's cries of defeat echoed in the air. Alara and Caleb stood together, their hearts full as they witnessed the transformation of their world. The villagers cheered, their voices rising like a chorus of joy and triumph, marking the dawn of a new era. In the days that followed, the village began to flourish once more, the love that had ignited the revolution spreading like wildfire. Alara and Caleb became symbols of hope, their story inspiring others to embrace love and unity in the face of adversity. As they walked through the vibrant streets, hand in hand, Alara and Caleb felt an unbreakable bond, a love that had been tested and emerged stronger. They promised to continue their journey together, to protect the love they had fought for, and to ensure that darkness would never again threaten their world. In the heart of the village, a festival was held to celebrate their victory and honor the love that had united them all. Lanterns filled the night sky, each one representing a story of love and hope. Alara and Caleb stood together, surrounded by the warmth of their community. As the lanterns floated into the night, Alara turned to Caleb, her heart swelling with gratitude. We did this together. Our love sparked a change, and together, we will keep it alive. Caleb nodded, his eyes shining with pride, knowing their journey was far from over, but eager to face it side by side. As the festival drew to a close, Elara and Caleb found a quiet moment beneath the stars. They reflected on their journey, realizing that every challenge had brought them closer. The darkness had only strengthened their love, igniting a fire that would forever burn brightly. With the festival behind them, Elara and Caleb decided to explore the lands beyond their village. They wanted to share their story of resilience and love, inspiring others to rise against their own darkness. Together, they set out, hearts full of hope and adventure. As they journeyed through new territories, they encountered villages still shrouded in darkness, the echoes of despair resonating in the air. Elara and Caleb knew that their mission was far from over. They had to bring the light of love and hope to those who needed it most. In one such village, they met a young girl named Lyra, her spirit dimmed by hardship. Elara knelt beside her, sharing stories of their journey, igniting a flicker of hope in the girl's eyes. It was moments like these that reminded Elara and Caleb of the power of their love. With Lyra's spirit rekindled, Elara and Caleb organized a gathering, inviting the villagers to hear their tale. They spoke of love's resilience and the strength found in unity, inspiring courage in those who had long lost it. The spark of hope began to glow brighter. As the gathering continued, the villagers began to share their own stories of love and loss, their voices intertwining in a chorus of shared experiences. Alara and Caleb listened intently, their hearts swelling with pride to witness the transformation their love had sparked. Moved by the stories shared, Alara proposed a plan to unite the villages in a celebration of love and hope. Together, we can create a festival that honors every story, every journey, an embrace of unity against the darkness. Her eyes shone with passion, igniting excitement among the villagers. Inspired by Alara's vision, the villagers rallied together, pooling their resources and talents to create a festival like no other. As preparations unfolded, laughter and joy filled the air, the promise of a brighter future taking shape before their very eyes. As the festival day approached, Elara and Caleb found themselves reflecting on how far they had come. They stood on a hill overlooking the preparations, hands intertwined, knowing that love had the power to heal and unite even the most fractured hearts. Finally, the day of the festival dawned. Vibrant colors and the sounds of music filled the air. Elara and Caleb stood at the center of the celebration, surrounded by the villagers who had come together, their hearts filled with love and joy, ready to shine against the darkness. As night fell, lanterns lit up the sky, each one representing a story of resilience and love. Elara and Caleb watched as the villagers released their lanterns into the night, a powerful symbol of hope and unity that would soar far beyond the darkness. As the last lantern ascended, a sense of tranquility enveloped the festival. Elara turned to Caleb, her heart full. This is just the beginning. Together, we will continue to spread love and hope, inspiring others to rise against their darkness. With the festival as a foundation, Elara and Caleb set their sights beyond their own village. They realized that their love could ignite change in countless hearts, and so they traveled to neighboring villages, sharing their message of resilience and unity. In each village they visited, they witnessed the impact of their love. People began to unite, sharing their stories, embracing their struggles as a collective strength. Elara and Caleb's journey was transforming not just themselves, but the world around them as well. Yet the shadows were never far behind. Morwen, seething with anger at the rebellion, plotted her revenge. She knew that to snuff out the light of love, she must strike at the heart of their unity. Elara and Caleb sensed that the darkness would rise again. Unbeknownst to Elara and Caleb, Morwen began to spread sinister rumors, planting seeds of doubt among the villagers. She whispered lies, claiming that their love was a facade, that unity was a mere illusion. The tension began to brew, threatening to tear apart the bonds they had worked so hard to build. As whispers of doubt grew louder, Elara noticed the change among the villagers. Conversations that once soared with hope now sank into uncertainty. She and Caleb resolved to confront the growing darkness, determined to reaffirm their love and unity. They organized a gathering, inviting everyone to voice their concerns. Elara spoke passionately, her heart on her sleeve. Love is not just a word, it is the blood that flows through our veins. We are stronger together, and we must not let the shadows divide us. As Elara's words echoed through the crowd, a spark of hope ignited in some hearts. Caleb stood beside her, his steady presence bolstering her message. We have faced the darkness before and emerged unscathed. We will do it again. But Morwen, lurking in the shadows, was not finished. She unleashed her minions during the gathering, causing chaos and fear to spread among the villagers. Elara and Caleb quickly moved to protect their community, ready to confront the darkness once more. As the chaos unfolded, Elara and Caleb realized that their love would be put to the ultimate test yet again. They stood firm, hearts united, ready to face Morwen's darkness together. The battle for hope and love was far from over, but together, they knew they could conquer anything.